I'm going to show how to tie a mecate on a bosal now. First of all, this is the bosal. It's a rawhide nose band. It should have either no core or rawhide core. Don't ever waste your money on a bosal with a cable core because they're junk. And on here, this white rope, this is the feodor. There's a hole right here for your get down line or your lead line to go on, and this part here comes around like a throat latch. And this is your mecate. It's a twisted horsehair rope. A lot of people up here, they call this a mecate instead of a mecate. It's like a Scottish sounding name, but I always figured that as long as I can pronounce it somewhere close, it'd be better to show respect for the original language, which in this case would be jaquima, is Spanish, and to pronounce it mecate instead of trying to change it or Americanize it or whatever the heck you want to call it. And then on this end, this is the popper and if your get down rope, and this is the mota right here, this little knot and the tassel right here. When you go to tie the mecate onto here, stick your mota through here first. Now if you don't have a feodor on here, then you have to look which way this is. It would still work like this here. This is the latigo bosal hanger, the rough outside or the flesh side here. But this is the way this goes with the smooth side out. So you know this is the back, this is the front. The same way on here, if you've got this loop, if you tied your feodor on here, right, then you've got that loop on there. So you got that's the front. You stick this mota out here to the front, and then you go around. It really doesn't make any difference what direction that you take your wrap in, and the number of wraps, not so much below but especially on top, is dictated by how big this is compared to your horse's head, as you want it to fit just right. Wrap around here, and then I'll try to keep it up here in front of the camera. Stick it through here. This can be adjusted after you get it on the horse. This is a rein that you're coming up. I ride a lot of colts, and so I want to make sure that I have enough rein to be able to double them when I'm on their back. And so I'll get, maybe, I know you can't see this, but right now that's irrelevant. Just make sure that you've got back enough where you can reach the cantle on the young horse as your starting point. Okay, and like I said, you adjust it to where you need it. Now, if you remember, we're coming around like this here. We've got the reins through here. Hopefully this is clear enough. And come around again. And then now the number of wraps, like I said, that you take depend on, you don't want it too tight or it's like this up against the horse's chin. You should be able to do this, have at least that much space down there as you want it to move some. I've come around, this here will be one full wrap that I've come around again, and now it's going to come through here. Now I don't know how plain I'm getting, but I think if you rewind this and go through it a couple of times, it'll be pretty evident. Okay, and you bring this here right down the middle. You can see where it has come through, right, from the back here. Pull this down, and then now take this in. The loop that we put through is your reins. This is your get down rope right here, which might be coiled up, tied on the side of your saddle, or maybe just stuck inside your belt. Bring your popper down through that loop right here. And bring that all the way through here. You can see now this again is a face, this is a front. of your hackamore or jaquima, whatever. You see this comes through, bleeds throughout the front here, comes down by this little horsehair tassel, your mota, comes through this piece right here, and then come back on the near side on your horse. Like I said, either you stick it up here through your belt, you know, coil it up, put it on the saddle strings up there, whatever, and then, you know, you just take your reins right here, put them over the horse's heads, and if you need to adjust this, if you need a little bit less rein or a little bit more rein, then you just push the rein through and give yourself some more, or get it loose here, you know, push your get down rope up here to feed yourself some more, to give yourself more rein, take it away from here if you need it, and then just, you know, tie it down. And you're going to want to change with the young horse, you're going to want to change this. This is a 5/8 bosal, a 5/8 mecate, and so then that shows you that this is on a fairly young horse, a fairly green horse. You graduate, you know, you get smaller as you go on, but you want this to just rest against the horse's chin just lightly, and that way every time that you pick up even slightly on the reins, it lifts off and the horse feels that, and the horse knows that a signal is about to come. It gets the horse's attention, and you can turn out a good horse with anything, but for me personally, I'm a hackamore man, and then I like Spanish bits. I don't like snaffles because they're too harmful on a young horse's mouth when you might have to double them now and then, and they break differently up here than they would with the hackamore, and they're just you know, a lot of people make world champion horses with snaffles, but personally I don't like them. And this here, in my own opinion, is the best thing that you can start a horse in, is a traditional jaquima. There you go.